it's that autumn wind. Shout out to the Raiders, man, we about to win.
Give me that just one, baby, in the comments section. The Oakland Raiders won a nail-biter against the Cincinnati Bengals, 17-10. And I want everyone to watch the show right now. Give me a just one, baby. It wasn't pretty, but I'm cracking one open for y'all. Just one, baby. Throw them in the comments section. So the Oakland Raiders, they are now 6-4, and the Cincinnati Bengals, they drop to 0-10. Derek Carr, 25 of 29, 1 touchdown, a pretty bad interception. Josh Jacobs, 23 carries, 112 yards on the ground. But Maxx Crosby, can I get a Maxx Crosby in the comments section? Can I get a 4 in the comments section? Because my dude had 4 sacks. Now, I know a lot of people, you might be watching this for the very first time. And this is what we do every single week. And if you bleed silver and black, I want you to click that subscribe button. YouTube.com/Raiders Report, the #1 most watched Raiders channel on YouTube, because of the comments that are flowing in right now. The game wasn't pretty, but all that matters is that the Raiders got that W. And if you bleed silver and black, click the subscribe button. So the way that we're going to run this show, it is an instant reaction to the Raiders win up against the Bengals. So use hashtag Raiders to have your questions featured on air. Or you can super chat like one of my most loyal watchers, Mark. Mark, my man, cheers to you. Salt and pepper here. Go Mad Max. Man, like, I was always a big fan of Mad Max. And this is a serious game where he just absolutely blows out of anything you could have imagined. 4 sacks in one game. Big-time players make big-time plays when it matters the most. 5 weeks ago, Tony Romo called Maxx Crosby a future Pro Bowler. And if these numbers, people are going to be like, oh, Mitch, it's the Bengals. I don't care. It is an NFL team, and Crosby came up with 4 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, 3 tackles for a loss, and 5 tackles. This guy's motor is absolutely sensational. People start tweeting at Mad Max congrats because my dude is absolutely killing it right now. Let's go to my man, Jose. Jose, if you've never watched the show, and when I say get a picture, means you drink if you're over 21. Defense won the game. Crosby, defense of rookie of the year. You know what, man? English isn't my best suit either. Neither is math. But if you guys think Maxx Crosby is going to win Defensive Player of the Year, right now throw it in the comment section because it is definitely up there for Josh Jacobs to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. And if Crosby keeps playing like this, I've been saying it probably was going to go to Bosa, but this is one hell of a game by my man. Looks like we got another super chat from Mark. Okay, Mark. You're watching the Mark Martinez report. Raiders are 4-0 when I rock my Mad Max jersey. So, Mark, I would say never take it off. Wear it in the shower. And, yeah, literally never take off that freaking jersey. Seeing a lot of 4s in the comments section for my dude, Mad Max. Let's go to my other man, Manuel. Manuel? Oh, man, I screwed that up. Let's go with Raiders! Can I get a Raiders in the comments section before I blow out my voice? Raiders! Yeah, what up, Chris? What up, James? I'm with Derp, Abraham. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, Young Bio Dad says playoffs. We'll get to this one in a little bit, my man. Let's go to Todd. What up, Todd? Todd. I had a feeling Max was going to be special when he came back into the Cards game with a cast on his hand. If you guys have been watching, so this is about like, I'll say, I don't know, maybe 15,000 subscribers ago, we were on HBO Hard Knocks, and I was like pounding on the table. I was actually knocking on the table, knock on wood if you're with me, that I absolutely love Max, and I invited Max on the show literally that day, because when that dude went into the locker room and all he wanted to do was get back out on the field with his guys, I was like, this kid's special. This kid's special. Let's go to Wilbert, or Big Daddy. Okay. Raiders, where is Keelan Doss? Well, he was an inactive this week. Have you seen anything he's done or not done in his extremely limited game time that's kept him off the field and had us bringing in and playing wide receivers over him? I think the reason why he's not playing is because when you look at other players like a Trevor Davis, he's going to offer a little bit more in special teams. So I think with the fact of a player like Keelan Doss, you have Tyrell. We know that we have Darren. But in this kind of football game, we're really trying to establish our dominance running the football. And the wide receivers that, let's say, aren't getting as much playing time, they're kind of being used a little bit more in special teams like Trevor Davis. But Zay Jones, I thought, played pretty well today. He picked up a few clutch first downs near the end of the game, and I would actually might now rather have Zay Jones on the field than Keelan Doss. Keelan Doss is a good football player, but he had a great story. And I think one of the reasons why people wanted to see more of Keelan is because he was a big fan or big star on Hard Knocks. Let's go to Tedford Von Patriot. And if you super chat me, cheers to you. Raiders! Mad Max for Khalil Who. Yo, can we get some Khalil Who's in the comments below? I still think Khalil Mack is one of the best players on defense and one of the best players in the NFL. But seeing Mad Max ball like this, a player out of Eastern Michigan, a player in the 4th round, he's been the steal of the draft right now, in my opinion. Let's go to Brian Steepleton. Brian, get a picture, but appreciate the super chat. Worried about the Jets. I know it's early, but worried nonetheless. I'm worried too for the simple reason that we should have really whooped the Bengals. I mean, when you watch the game from start to finish, the Raiders were realistically in control of the entire game. But I said all week, don't sleep on any NFL team. And when you have bad turnovers, that's what can lead to making things feel, well, a little bit uneasy in my stomach. Now, the Raiders ultimately came out with a win. Take a drink, as I said, ultimately. But I see people commenting they barely won. They barely won. I am confident that the Raiders are going to be able to take care of business. This is a much different football team than last year. The Jets did just win this week, and I get it that they beat the Cowboys. But I think the Raiders and Jon Gruden are actually going to take this game from the Bengals and learn from it. They came out slow. They came out a little bit sluggish. And in the NFL, you can't do that. You just can't do that. But, hey, we got to just win, baby. Just one, baby, in the comments section. Christopher. What up, Chris? What do you think of the offensive play calling? It was a little bit scared today, I'll say that. I will say that Jon Gruden at the end of the game, going on that 4th and 1 with Alec Ingold rushing up the middle for 3 yards. I tweeted out the gif from South Park where the guy's carrying his you-know-whats because it took some serious you-know-whats to make that call. I will say I was very disappointed in our offensive line play today. Colt Miller got beat a few times. Now, Geno Atkins is no, slouch whatsoever. And Lawson, his name has escaped me. Carl Lawson, also when fully healthy, is no slouch either. So, just because they're the Bengals, they're 0-10. The offensive line, I think, could have played better. Richie Incognito had that, phantom, false start penalty. But the offensive line needs to play better. Let's go to RSD Skits. Or I should say, RSD Skits! How are you feeling about our passing game? Derek played good. I mean, he had one really bad pass, which sure led to points for the Cincinnati Bengals. But, I mean, Derek in this game, 25 of 29 for 292 yards, a touchdown, an interception. And, Derek on that 3-yard touchdown run, my man deserves, an entire six-pack because he was making guys move. And I don't know about you, but the entire time that he's running, I'm like, oh, no, Derek, go down. Derek, go down. Oh, Superman. Okay, touchdown Raiders. Zay Jones made some clutch catches. Darren Waller made some clutch catches. Hunter Renfrow had 5 catches for, 66 yards, picked up 2 big first downs, 3rd and Renfrow's. The passing game needs to be better. This Bengals team is not very good, but I still think that the reason why the Raiders struggled on offense this week was more because of the offensive line, not so much the passing game. So if you guys are watching the show right now, make sure you use hashtag Raiders in the comments section, and I want you to throw in the comments the Raiders MVP this week. In the comments, who was the Raiders Week 11 MVP? I want to hear it from you. So if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Facebook, let me go over here on Facebook. Let me give some people some shout-outs on Facebook because the Raiders just got this big win here, and I'm hoping my computer's on mute. It is on mute. So Brian, Edward, Joe, shout out to y'all. Richard Dominguez, Carrie Broader. Appreciate you. Name who you think is the Raiders Week 11 MVP. I'm going to give some shout-outs. I see Trayvon Mullen for me. It's got to be Mad Max. Got to be Mad Max. Let's go to Raider Rabbit. This is a pretty dope freaking picture, my man. After this game, how many Chucky heads for us being number 1 in the division? Oh, boy. Oh, man. Also, my beer's green. I'm not just drinking air. I'm going to give it 2 Chucky heads and people are talking. So the Raiders are 6-4 right now. And if the Chargers can play the way that they did up against the Packers, they have a legitimate chance of beating the Chiefs who just lost to the Titans. If the Chiefs, who are 6-4, lose, and they'll be 6-5, that puts us in the lead of the division. This Raiders team, I'm very, very impressed with their ability to make changes when needed. But in terms of how many Chucky heads, and if you guys want to throw it in there, I'm at least going to give it 2 Chucky heads. People are talking. So if you guys want to get on the show, make sure you continue to use hashtag Raiders in the comments section below, like my man Raider Rabbit did. Alejandro, my man. How about Trayvon Mullen? A, B, C, D, or F? How about this? Grade Trayvon Mullen's performance. And here in a little bit, if you're watching this live, I'm going to break down some grades for the Raiders Week 11 versus the Bengals. But how would you grade Trayvon Mullen? Okay, I want you to throw that in the comments. For me, when I look at overall his numbers, 5 tackles, 5 solo tackles, 2 passes deflected, and yes, that big breakup at the end of the game. He should have had a pick 6. He should have had a pick 6. Like, I think it's one of those things you're like, oh my God, I can't believe he's going to throw it right to me, right? It was like Eric Harris, deja vu, and he dropped it. Now, it's okay. It's a rookie, but he needs to be able to step up, but he's at least getting a lot of really clutch playing time. Let's go to a super chat from Victor. Victor, get an avatar. Cheers to you, my man. Mitch, I don't care. Raiders are the biggest sleepers. Let's go, Raider Nation. Mad Max went off. F the Chiefs. Dude, the Raiders right now are a team that I think people were sleeping on, and it's been a team that I've literally bet on just about every single week. Now, the Raiders were 10.5-point favorites on BetDSI this week. Now, they didn't cover the spread, but they got a W. Now, if you guys like betting on NFL games, if you like betting on the Raiders, BetDSI has hooked us up here at Chat Sports with the #1 deal on the internet. And if you don't believe me, spend some time tonight and look for a better deal. If you can find a better deal, I'll give you a free t-shirt from Raider Nation Store because it ain't gonna happen. But if you like betting on the Raiders and all NFL games, go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Raiders120 for a 120% deposit bonus. That means if you put down $50, you get $60 for free. It's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Let's go to Chris Smith. So my aunt's name's Chris Smith. I played baseball with Chris Smith. Which one of it is it? Who is it? Does this year's team remind you of the 2016 team? To be honest with you, it doesn't remind me of the 2016 team at all. I think they are 2 totally different teams and the aspects of how they win games. That 2016 Raider team had a lot of talent. Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, the offensive line was great. This year, when you think about the amount of injuries that have happened to the Raiders, and y'all can go back and quote me, I said the Antonio Brown saga was going to make this team stronger. Go back and look at my videos, and that's exactly what happened. Players are stepping up, like Mad Max. Cleveland's starting to get into his own now, and we're having a lot of young players starting to grow into their own element. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun here. Let's go to Eddie. What up, Eddie? Any chance on Dion getting a start over Farrell next week? I'm going to say no. I don't really think that that's necessary. Cleveland has been playing a lot better. Now, sure, Dion Jordan to me, you'll see him in the grade section. We saw flashes of a good Dion Jordan, right? I mean, it's why he was drafted 3rd overall. Back in what, 2013? Drafted 3rd overall in 2013, I believe. But then you also see some boneheaded plays where the Raiders, it's like 3rd and 6, and it's a false start on Dion Jordan. Cleveland Farrell has been playing a lot better, and I still want them to start Cleveland Farrell over Dion Jordan. Let's go to Todd, 0864. Todd, good job using hashtag Raiders. If you want to get on the show, got to use hashtag Raiders. Oh, man, this IPA is making me burp. What about our record? Oh, wait. What would our record be if the AB trade had worked out? I don't even want to think about it because I think the AB trade, regardless, has made this team stronger. It has brought the guys closer together. I've talked to several Raiders players that literally told me that this trade with AB, everyone, of course, wanted it to work. But when everything happened, the coaches, the players, they all got closer. And if you tell me right now, going into the offseason, that we'd be sitting here 6-4, and I expect us to be 7-4 with all the BS that we put up with, knock on wood if you're with me, this team is better without AB. FAB in the comments. Charles, Horton here's a what? Now the Chucklehead sports guys are jumping on the bandwagon tonight. Skip and Steve and Shannon, Nick, all of you can F off. Well, I've been telling you guys to hop on the Raiders bandwagon. I think the entire offseason, I was like, this is going to be a special year. Now, I am probably going to ditch my bandwagon because what I'm driving right now is not good. But if you guys are in the market for a car, BMW San Maria is hooking up Raider Nation. Go test drive a BMW right now at www.bmwsm.com. If you go test drive a car at BMW Santa Maria, you will be entered to win Raiders vs. Titans tickets. I have your attention? Good. I hope so. Now, if you guys are like, I don't know if I want to go on the internet, you can also text CAR to BMW Santa Maria. The number is below. So if you need a car, text CAR to BMW Santa Maria. They have amazing deals, okay? They have 2 cars right now in the lot for under $10K, and they have this one BMW for $19K that is absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to go test drive that bad boy. So help me out. Go support our sponsors. Go test drive a BMW today. Let's go to Big Daddy. What up, Big Daddy? Why do they call you that? Who is to blame? Wait, who is... Yep, okay. I'll take a drink. Hang on. Who is to blame the number of penalties we've had to eat this year? The players or coaches? And more importantly, how do we fix it? I think it's both to blame. You have young players, okay? You also have... when you look at our defense, I think there's so many new players, right? And they're trying to learn a new system. Think about all the injuries. Think about everything that our team has had to overcome. We have so many new guys just trying to slot in. That can get confusing. So I'm going to blame the players. I will also blame the coaches because our offensive line, yes, it's been great, but today I think was a pretty rough game. I think Colton got beat up. Incognito got beat up a little bit. But we need to be a little bit more disciplined because if we play the way we did today against just a halfway decent football team, we lose the game. Let's go to Wilbert. What up, Will? 4 Chucky heads for this stream. If you guys agree that this stream is 4 Chucky heads, type some 4s in the comment section. Now, Will, I appreciate you very, very much. And for anybody that types 4, that means you watch the show. But if you've never watched the show and you don't understand what 4 Chucky heads means, subscribe. YouTube.com/Raiders Report. So if you're a real Raider fan, and if you bleed silver and black, then you'll subscribe to the Raiders Report. And I say that because we release daily videos, news, rumors, live Q&As. My show is all about the nation's voice being heard. If there is one team that I think the NFL kind of covers up a little bit, it's Raider Nation. So this show is about our voice getting heard. So if you subscribe, type 4. So JJ Sporty, Blaze Romo, Rob Dickman, get a picture. Guabla, what is that even name? Mr. Happy, Abram, Marquise Jones, y'all subscribe. And if you haven't and you want a shout out, make sure you do. YouTube.com/Raiders Report. Let's go to R. Phillips. I'm the captain now. Raiders are young ballers this year. I mean, I messed up the word or sentence, so I'll take a drink. Ballers? I'm about it. I mean, Waller baller. He's been one hell of a player this year. Let's go to Dame. We're closing out games, and Derek Carr needs to step up third quarter specifically. But other than that, he's had a great game minus the interception. Totally agree. Jimmy Badass. Let's go, Mitch. Appreciate you. I think when you go back, and if you get time, go look at Derek Carr's game logs, right, and go look at his breakdowns. The third quarter has been the one quarter where it's his only quarter with under 100 passer rating, I believe. But we need to start playing better coming out of the third quarter. When did we see week 5 versus the Bears? Slow third quarter. Week 7 versus the Texans. Bad third quarter. We need to be able to come out of halftime with a little bit more get up in our step because I don't like to see these close games. Guys, I'm trying not to have gray hair. I'm young. Let's go to Eldon, a.k.a. Turtle. What are your thoughts on Isaiah Johnson? You can see that he has some upside, but he is still a very, very young player. He's 6'2". He's like, 210 pounds. He's long and lanky. He didn't really get too much playing time today. He had 1 tackle. He did have a pass breakup. He played in only 1 snap last week. We'll see a little bit more out of him. The Raiders, they'll start working him in slowly, basically the same way I think that they did it with Trayvon Mullen. Let's go to, wow, what a name. Muffless the Cat. Maxx Crosby is the steal of the draft. Since you put steal in all caps, I want you guys in all caps to put steal in the comment section because Maxx Crosby has been absolutely sensational. And Mad Max, my man, you know, anytime you want to come on the Raiders Report, you let me know. And everybody who's watching right now, so Greg, Ricky, JJ Sporty, I want you guys to take a screenshot of this, and I want you to tweet it at Maxx Crosby, and I want you to put it on your Instagram and at Maxx Crosby, and tag me as well. Every single person that does that, I will retweet it. I will